welcome to the AJ Awesome Show. My name is AJ and my special guest for this episode is Suge D. I hope you like the show. Hello everybody, I'm here with Suge D.
Hi.
My first question is, why did you start wrestling?
I started wrestling because, forgive me, I just got finished wrestling, so if you hear weird cracks, I'm not going through puberty again. It's stuff like that. But I started wrestling because it's like my earliest first memory. So long before even you, there used to be these things called VHS tapes, right?
Yeah.
And on those VHS tapes, there were these lovely little things known as WrestleManias, especially WrestleMania 5, which is my first wrestling show pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life. And it was stuffed on a tape with a bunch of cartoons that I liked. And I can recall Hogan and Savage like that, like from the back of my mind. And I just knew based off of the bright colors, the theatrics, all that other stuff like that, I was always going to be dealing with wrestling whether I liked it or not. And I never knew how deep I'd be into it, but I just knew I'd always be doing it. And I'm thankful that I've been doing it as long as I've been doing it. So that would be why it's just my earliest memory. I just knew I wanted it the moment I saw it.
What is the proudest moment of your career?
Oh, wow. It's been a long one. I'm going through a Rolodex. Honestly, I think maybe the proudest moment that I've had in my career that I can recall, winning the title wrestling championship over in England. I know a lot of people would immediately say, like, you don't talk about Pineapple Pete. It's like, no, Pineapple Pete was cool. A lot of people saw it and whatnot. But it felt very personal to win the title wrestling championship over in UK because I was so far away from home and the people of Leeds accepted me and were totally down for me being their champion and their representative. And then I went on to represent them for a very long time after that. And I'll always have love for that city. I'll always have love for that moment. We even partied in the streets when we were done. Yeah, like, are you old enough to know what a conga line is?
Yes.
Oh, man. We conga lined out into the street. It was great. Some people were very drunk, but it was still a good time anyway. If they were drunk, we held them up. And we just kept the line going. And it was good. It was fun. I'll never forget it.
Would you rather time travel to the past or to the future, and why?
Definitely the future. Definitely the future. I've seen what's in the past. Don't like what's waiting for me there. So I feel like if we're going to roll the dice, let's try the future and see what cool stuff is out there. I was promised jetpacks. All the movies that I watched, I was promised jetpacks by the time we got into 2000. Never got it. I want my jetpack. I'm telling you, like I was told when I do this interview, I get a jetpack. Are you giving me a jetpack at the end of this interview?
If I could afford one, but I don't think I could.
It's a very real answer. So if I don't get my jetpack, I understand. At least you're not fronting about money that you may or may not have. But I want my jetpack.
Can you tell me about your experience with AEW?
It was really enjoyable in the fact that I learned a lot about myself in a new environment. I'm always trying to challenge myself and trying to make myself better. And one of the things that I've really been trying to challenge myself with is there are companies on different levels once you start talking about that worldwide and the visibility. And that was the first one where I had a chance to be able to work with one for an extended period to do that. A lot of stuff I learned about how that system works. A lot of stuff I learned about myself in terms of being ready and able for that particular system. So by the time I came back to the independents, I was a different wrestler, different beast, different mindset. I knew how to go about it. I'll actually be doing a Jericho cruise in October. So the 21st to the 25th. Pineapple Pete will live again. And I know a lot of the AEW wrestlers will be on that cruise as well, too. I will be in action. So I look forward to making some things happen and seeing what goes. But it was a very important building block in my life. And I'll definitely use the lessons that I got for it going forward. I really want to one day be able to do something in front of fans, so I look very, very forward to their crowd on that boat to do something. Yeah.
How did you feel about Chris Jericho calling you Pineapple Pete?
it's a love-hate thing because I know I'm not gonna escape it anytime soon. But at the same time, Pineapple Pete kind of opened up a lot of new doors in terms of like people getting to know me, and through Pineapple Pete getting to know who Suge was. So it's like you take the smiles with the cries on that. If there's only one negative, it's like people I guess think that Pineapple Pete calling me that insults me, and it's like no, I had some of the best times of my life. I was in front. I had a match in front of 1 million people. How many people get to say that sometimes? And plus, on top of that, Pineapple Pete made a lot of money. A lot of money in a very short time. I did not disagree that. Hopefully we get to make a little bit more. And we also made some good memories too. So hopefully we get to make more of those too. Yes.
What is something about you that would surprise people?
Um actually, if you get to know me, I'm actually very reserved. I'm actually very quiet. And I think when people look at like my ring style and all the stuff that I get up to and whatnot, it's like, no way, you're loud, you're this, and you're doing all that. Yeah, because like, that light goes on and I'm really letting out all that stuff that's going on. But like, I really like, I'm really that type of guy that like when I go home, I'm content like reading a book or just meditating. I'll cut on my Netflix queue, and sometimes Netflix is watching me. I fall asleep to the beauty of film and all that other stuff like that. But I'm a very reserved person, very philosophical person. I like Nietzsche. I like Sun Tzu, reading The Art of War, Lao Tzu, like Chinese philosophy. So, like, all sorts of little stuff like that. There's something up there. Now, it's not just all laughs. So, yeah.
What was your favorite match you wrestled and why?
Ooh. My favorite match that I've ever wrestled, it's available on YouTube. It's me versus Alex Shelley from Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know if you'll ever get to see this, and I say it often, and he can feel a way about it or not feel a way about it. Alex Shelley, you kept me from quitting the business, so thank you. That was a really, really good match, and at the time, I was in a very kind of like weird emotional state. So I didn't know if I wanted to keep wrestling. And I thank God I had that match with him because it reminded me like, hey, keep going a little further. And for anybody who's not seen Alex Shelley, his work is off the chain. You need to be watching his stuff. You need to be seeing his stuff. He's great. So thanks, Alex.
If you could choose to have a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation, 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 teleportation. Did I mention teleportation? I'm tired sometimes of having to travel these distances. It's like after a while, I don't want to have to deal with making airline reservations, gas in my car, all this other stuff like that. It would be nice to just put my backpack on, whoop, bam, I'm in England. Oh man, but how am I gonna do this match in Georgia? Oh, I'm in Georgia. It'd be great. So definitely teleportation. I need that in my life. It would save me so much money.
For me, we always go on car trips and not on airplane trips, so it would save us so much time.
Right. Like teleportation just makes sense. I don't know if it means like you could do like touch where I could just grab and we both go, but even if it was just solo, I'd be down with that. I really, really need that in my life. The moment they get knowing my luck, they're not gonna get teleportation figured out till I'm about to die. And if they do that, I'm gonna be a very bitter old man. But it is what it is. Yes.
If you were trapped on an island and you could only bring 3 things, what would you bring?
Oh, God. Wow, this is a good question, actually. If I were trapped on an island, you say. Okay. A copy of The Count of Monte Cristo, because I love that book. A backpack, because I don't know what I'm getting into. And a machete, because I don't know what I'm going to have to fight.
Yep.
Don't judge me on the machete.
What is your favorite video game?
Ooh, God. You're really getting me on this. I really got back into video gaming recently as well, too, so I'm glad you actually asked me that. I think the best video game of all time for me, I'll have to take it back, is Chrono Trigger. Great story. The Super Nintendo. Multiple endings, timelines, robots, knights. Love stories. I think it's just great, and it's well animated. The soundtrack is off the chain. Um, that game might be older than you, man. Like you need to go look that up. I think you would love it as far as it goes if you take that time for it. But Chrono Trigger, it gives me all the feels. I love it. I love it so.
What is your favorite video game character?
Ooh, ooh. If we had to go with favorite video game character, I probably if I had to go with a favorite video game character, I probably would have to go with Donkey Kong. Specifically, Donkey Kong when he was in kidnapping people mode, and Mario had to go do that and everything like that. Because it's a very angry gorilla with a tie. I don't know where he goes to get his ties done or anything like that. And it's like he's mad. He's mad at the world because they're trying to stop him from kidnapping somebody. There's just a certain bravado about that you just got to admire. Plus, if you ever play Mario Kart, best person, I don't know how he does it. He handles a cart like no other. You got to play him. He's a big dude to be handling that small little cart. Handles it every time. He's always my first pick. Donkey Kong.
What are your favorite pizza toppings?
Gotta have pepperoni, staple. Extra cheese, that goes a long way. Let me get some peppers on there. Spinach. I don't know if you ever had it. Spinach is off the chain. If you got some dried tomatoes, we could put that on there too. Red pepper flakes. And don't you worry, they paid the power as far as it goes. They're just giving the last call. It's fine. They'll play closing time in a minute. And I guess if we're really trying to top it off, if you've ever had artichoke hearts on pizza, it'll change your life. I'm an eclectic kind of guy. I like that.
What is your opinion about pineapple on pizza?
I know there are going to be some people that are going to feel a way about this answer. I personally would not put it on pizza myself. And now all the slander goes, they're going to cancel Pineapple Pete. That said, I like pineapple on a bunch of things. I have pineapple on a hamburger before I have it on pizza. And I think it's more so that interaction of tomato sauce with pineapple. Nah, not really feeling that. But I have pineapple on a burger. I have pineapple with sushi. I have pineapple with a bunch of things. It's just that tomato sauce. It's not even everything with that. The tomato sauce turns me off with that as far as it goes. But pineapple is a great fruit, a very necessary fruit, a lovely fruit.
That's the end. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you for having me. And also, I got a question for you. So, my big ultimate question about this, as long as you've been interviewing and everything to that effect. So, if you had a chance to interview somebody from the past, who would you choose to interview?
I would probably choose Andre the Giant.
Great pick. I know you probably have some stories that go around there too. Plus, I would love to see how they're going to fix the camera to be able to make that happen or whatever it is. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the AJ Awesome Show. I would like to thank Suge D for being my special guest. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.